Carlos Alcaraz reaches the semifinals of a Grand Slam with a direct message that has shaken the tennis world. He has unfinished business with Novak Djokovic. The Spaniard, world number 2, does not hide his desire for revenge against the Serbian after what happened at the Australian Open, where an injury did not prevent Djokovic from prevailing in a clash that left a mark. Today, Alcaraz speaks clearly and bluntly. He feels he is in the best moment of his career, physically and mentally prepared to go after the victory he so badly wants. The memory of the match in Australia is still alive for Alcaraz. In that clash, Djokovic managed to destabilize him at key moments, using his experience and composure to overcome the young Spaniard. That defeat not only meant elimination, but it became a profound learning experience. Now, with more confidence and maturity, Alcaraz assures that he is ready to face a challenge that would mark a before and after in his career. He speaks of revenge, but also of proving that he is prepared for the biggest stages of world tennis. Physically, Alcaraz insists he feels super good. Preparation has been fundamental in his progress, and it is backed up by the fact that he has reached the semifinals without dropping a single set. That solidity in every match is a clear sign that he is at a high point of confidence. The player himself highlighted that his serve has been key, an aspect that was once a weakness and has now become a solid weapon. "I'm very happy with how I'm serving," he acknowledged in a press conference, pointing out that every training session gives him better sensations. The Spaniard underlines that what makes him proudest is keeping the level high throughout the whole match. That consistency is what differentiates a good player from a true champion, and Alcaraz knows Djokovic is an expert in that very thing. Maintaining intensity, without ups and downs, will be key in a potential clash against the Serbian. "I'm not surprised, we're working for this to happen more often," he said, showing that there is a process behind every result he's achieving in this tournament. Another of the weapons Alcaraz has highlighted is his body language. The Spaniard acknowledges that in tennis, what you project to your rival can make the difference. Even if a player is tired, showing freshness and determination can undermine the opponent's confidence. "It's very important how you show yourself," he explained. Aware that Djokovic is a master in this field, Alcaraz wants to send a clear message, that he is strong, fresh, and ready to fight point by point. As for his flashes of brilliance, Alcaraz admitted they give him confidence every time they come off as planned. Creativity, that ability to improvise and surprise, is part of his signature as a player. "Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but I'm glad that most of the time it does," he said with a smile. This resource, combined with his aggression from the baseline, makes him an unpredictable opponent, something that could be decisive against the Serbians' consistency. For now, Alcaraz remains cautious. He didn't want to get ahead of himself about a possible clash against Djokovic, reminding that the Serbian still had to get past Taylor Fritz. However, everyone knows that this showdown is the most anticipated. The possibility of repeating one of the great modern tennis classics keeps the public on edge. "I'll watch the match," said the Spaniard, although he made it clear that he knows perfectly well Djokovic's style and what to expect if they finally meet in the semifinals. Beyond the personal revenge, Alcaraz feels this tournament has a special value. It was here where he won his first Grand Slam title and first reached world number 1. That emotional connection with the court motivates him even more. "It's a special tournament for me," he said, recalling that shining again on this stage would be another important step in his sporting history. For the Spaniard, these kinds of stages are where the most important pages of his career are written. The level he is showing in this tournament does not surprise Alcaraz. He firmly states that he knows the capacity of his tennis and what he can offer on the big occasions. That confidence is the result of constant work, trust in his team, and evident progress in every aspect of his game. Having reached the semifinals without dropping a set reinforces the idea that he is in top form and ready to withstand the pressure that comes with facing a player like Djokovic in decisive stages. One of the aspects where his evolution is most noticeable is the serve. For Alcaraz, this shot has become a fundamental element of his game. He explained that he tries to always maintain the same focus, aware that in tennis one day you can serve perfectly and the next feel far from that level. "I try to keep my focus on the serve, trying to do everything the same and get good sensations," he said, reflecting the effort to bring stability to that part of his arsenal. He also emphasized the importance of the small details that build a great match. Every move, every point, demands absolute concentration. In this sense, he highlighted that each match demands something different from him and that in the quarterfinals he probably played his best match of this tournament. That ability to adapt, to respond to what each rival demands, is what places him on a privileged level compared to other players. Alcaraz, at just 21 years old, shows surprising maturity. He recognizes that Djokovic's ambition remains intact, but he is not intimidated by it. "I know he's hungry, I know he's ambitious for more, so we'll see," he said. That statement not only reveals respect for the Serbian but also determination and self-confidence. The message is clear: no matter Djokovic's experience, he too wants that place in the final and will fight with everything. Lastly, the Spaniard made it clear that he is not thinking about anything else but his own level and how he feels on court. Right now I don't even want to know who my rival will be, I just want to focus on myself, he assured. That mentality of total concentration on what depends on himself is a sign of competitive maturity. If he manages to maintain that attitude and the intensity shown so far, Alcaraz has everything to turn revenge into reality and continue writing his history in a big way. Novak Djokovic has sent a clear message in New York: he is not willing to let Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner take all the spotlight in the Grand Slams. After defeating Taylor Fritz and reaching the US Open 2025 semifinals, the Serbian warned that he wants to derail the plans of the two youngsters who dominate the circuit. Djokovic, with his experience and ambition intact, is preparing to face Alcaraz in a clash that promises to be epic, with his sights set on a possible final against Sinner. The Serbian openly acknowledged the greatness of his rivals but also made it clear that he does not fear the challenge. There's no need to talk much about them. We know they are the two best players in the world. I'm going to try to derail most people's plans, said Djokovic after his win over Fritz. With those words, the 24-time Grand Slam champion showed that he maintains the fighting spirit that has accompanied him throughout his career. He is ready to challenge the new generation. The semi-final against Alcaraz will not be just a simple match, but a generational clash. The Spaniard, in top physical and mental form, arrives as the favorite, but Djokovic knows what it means to play these kinds of encounters. He already beat him at the Australian Open and wants to repeat the formula. I know my best tennis will be required, but I'll be up to it, he assured. His statements reflect confidence but also respect for the Spaniard's current level, who has been displaying nearly perfect tennis in this tournament. Djokovic explained that beyond talent, physical preparation will be decisive. At 38 years old, he is aware that he needs to be ready for long 5-set battles. I'm going to take care of my body, relax and recover. The next few days are key to being in shape, he said. That focus demonstrates the discipline that has kept him at the top for more than a decade. To face Alcaraz, he knows there will be no short points, that he will have to run, endure, and deploy his most solid tennis. The threat of a possible showdown with Jannik Sinner in the final is also present. The Italian, the current champion in New York, has shown impressive consistency in recent months and, together with Alcaraz, dominates the circuit with authority. They have won 7 of the last 8 Grand Slams and are shaping up as the leaders of the next decade. Djokovic, however, does not resign himself to handing them control. He wants to be the one who interrupts that hegemony. In his statements, the Serbian also highlighted the magnitude of the challenge. Probably, everyone is eagerly waiting for the final between them, he said in reference to Alcaraz and Sinner. But he immediately issued his warning: I'm going to try to derail most people's plans and let's see. A direct message to the fans and his rivals. He is still in the fight, ready to disrupt the script that seems already written. Djokovic's mentality has always been his greatest strength. In New York, it is no different. The idea of playing on a big stage, against young and informed rivals, seems to motivate him more than scare him. Normally I like to play the important matches on a big stage, he said. With that attitude, he makes it clear that he is prepared to compete at the highest level, even if the predictions place him at a disadvantage against the new generation. The duel against Alcaraz will also be a clash of styles. The Spaniard plays with speed, aggressiveness, and explosive shots, while Djokovic relies on his consistency, defensive ability, and experience. The Serbian himself anticipated that there will be a lot of physical wear, there will be a lot of running, that's for sure. They're not going to be short points. That analysis reflects what is expected: a match of intense exchanges, long rallies, and maximum demand. Djokovic knows he cannot afford mistakes. Every detail counts when facing a player like Alcaraz, who has been showing nearly flawless tennis. The Spaniard also comes in with the confidence of having won his matches without dropping a set. For the Serbian, the key will be to find moments to trouble him, change the rhythm, and not let the Spaniard set the pace of the match. On such strategies, he has based many of his historic victories. Although everyone talks about the Alcaraz-Sinner rivalry, Djokovic reminded that he is still a decisive factor in the equation. His ambition is clear: to show that he can still compete at the highest level against the best. I'd love to be fit enough to play, and possibly play 5 sets with Carlos, he said, knowing that those long battles are where he usually performs best. His words show desire and confidence, 2 fundamental ingredients to aspire to glory. Experience is his biggest card. Djokovic has faced all kinds of rivals on the biggest stages in tennis. He knows how to handle pressure, how to stay calm in decisive moments, and how to reinvent himself during a match. Against young, energetic players, his tactical intelligence and ability to read the game become weapons as powerful as any shot. That is the advantage he hopes to make count in the semifinals. The physical challenge is perhaps the greatest test. At his age, recovery between matches is slower, but Djokovic has shown time and again that he can withstand the passage of time, thanks to his discipline. The coming days will be key to arriving with the necessary energy. The next few days are key to getting in shape and being ready, he said realistically, showing that every detail in preparation counts ahead of this clash of giants. Ultimately, Djokovic is not just seeking to reach the US Open final, he wants to make it clear that his story is not over yet. With Alcaraz and Sinner dominating the present and projecting themselves into the future, the Serbian wants to be the inconvenient piece, the rival who can change the outcome when everyone expects otherwise. His message is firm: he will not give up, he wants to ruin the youngster's plans and show that he is still a formidable competitor. Novak Djokovic heads into the US Open semifinals with a very clear objective: to stop the dominance of Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner. He acknowledges the difficulty of the challenge but assures that he is ready to give his best, even if the match goes to 5 sets. His message is forceful: he still has the strength to compete at the highest level and will not allow himself to be pushed aside from the elite so easily. Facing Alcaraz will be a demanding test, but the Serbian comes in with the motivation of someone who refuses to give up the throne. His ambition remains intact, and he wants to prove it on the court.